That is a serious crosswind. Okay, full power is there. Pressures are good. Temperatures and pressures are good. Airspeed is alive. I'm looking for 95. There it is, and we're off the ground. Holy jumping. We're out of usable runway. Tap the brakes. Track the gear. Let's maintain blue line.
Welcome to the hangar, everyone. I'm just going to talk a little bit about the Cessna 310 here, Penny. We had some maintenance troubles a little while ago with the aircraft and had been going through a number of troubleshooting procedures and had been in correspondence, communication with Continental over obviously the engine troubles, as well as a few other engine shops and individuals who I deal with, and propeller shops, and really going through things to make sure that one, I wasn't getting something wrong, and two, I wasn't getting too picky about things. The advice eventually, after doing numerous checks and going through things, came to fly the airplane. You know, I think we've got everything dialed in, everything's checking out, the fuel flows are all set up in accordance with the maintenance manual, so fly the airplane, see how things go, potentially make some tweaks from there, and make sure it's operating properly. So that's what we did. Obviously, we had a little video a while ago, just sort of looking at some of the problems. You know, the left engine wasn't quite making full static RPM, and it was still within limits. And with brand new props being put on the airplane, you know, that's when the problem came in. So it was, you know, as consideration that the new prop, bigger blade, right, brand new thickness, length, everything else, the engine was just not quite able at static RPM to get there. Need a little bit of forward motion to help with that, which is what happened. The pressure's obviously frustrating, a little all over the map, but again, you got, you know, much different engines in terms of hours on them and age, and so things are going to operate slightly differently. I did continue chasing numerous problems and or what I thought were problems, trying to solve this, and I believe I have got it actually all sorted out at this point and dialed in as close as we're going to get it, and it is very close now. I picked up significant airspeed as well, and that's what kept me going with the puzzle, was the plane seemed to be flying slowly.
All right. Hello and welcome to the Cessna 310 Penny. She's working very well today. I mean, we put a lot of work and effort into her, but she is working very, very well. I'm at 7,500 feet. I have 23 inches of manifold pressure, which is basically full power. I'm running 2,200 RPM. I've got her leaned out to about 1450 on the EGTs. I've got 41 liters, so just over 10 gallons an hour on the left, 42 on the right, so again, just over 10 gallons. Pressures are within half a PSI of each other, so that's excellent to see. I've got 174 miles an hour indicated, 201 true airspeed right now. Although I do need to tweak my barometric pressure in here. There we go. 202 miles an hour true. It's 10 degrees Celsius outside. AB30 seems to be working beautifully. Hopefully the ADS-B in is working to the iPad. My new charging blocks are charging, and they're actually producing enough power to put up a charge even while I'm using the equipment. I do need to tweak my attitude indicator. I'm showing about 8 degrees nose down, even though I'm perfectly... Actually, I'd say that's more like 10 degrees nose down, even though I'm level. So that's a little adjustment there. Very, very happy. And I've sorted out the old Fueltron fuel flow, and it's actually seems to be tracking and monitoring our fuel flow right now. Let's bring you over a little closer so you can see what's going on. Oh no. All right. We do have a problem. The cord is shut in the door that's giving you the intercom feed. That can't be good for the cord, or the audio, or anything. Ah, that's a new one. All right, I'm going to turn you off. I'm going to unplug you, and then we'll do this without audio.
So here's the culprit I have in my hand here. This is the distributor spider off of the left engine that was not quite making that static RPM. I've replaced it, obviously, so this one's been disassembled. So you can see here the unit with the top cap and spring for the diaphragm, and everything is in the bag. So here we go. There's a screen inside, and you can see a little bit of stuff underneath that screen, maybe just in the image here. Just pick it out. Doesn't really matter if I hurt this one because it is not going back into service. There we go. All right, now believe it or not, that's actually after a cleaning session. Originally, I thought I might be able to salvage this, so I did actually put it in the cleaner. I'm trying to think of the name of it. The special name for the cleaner, it's completely gone. It's too late in the day. Anyway, you can see quite a bit of corrosion and everything else. So I think this has had water ingress in it at some point, and that was causing obviously distribution problems for the fuel and not allowing it through. So as soon as I changed this, obviously having changed this component downstream, I changed cleaned the injectors. Now I had done the injectors only about 50 hours ago, so hadn't really realized that this was going to be quite such a problem here. Not all of these have screens in them either, and so that was interesting to discover that this one did. The service manual and parts book for the aircraft do not show a screen, and there's no instructions to clean the screen in here. And as I said, others that I've removed, there's no screen inside. So I kind of had no reason to go in here, but I did, and that was solely based on the high pressure I was getting, suggesting a blockage downstream. And I thought, well, I've done everything else, I've checked everything else, I've cleaned everything else, I've even flow tested the nozzles to make sure they were distributing the same amount of fuel. The only possible thing could be something maybe inside here, and that's why I opened it, and that's where I found all this corrosion. Having changed this component, obviously I got to set up all the fuel pressures and everything again, and they were out of whack and needing adjustment. I cleaned all the injectors again and made sure everything was good that way. We went flying, and I'll put a little video up of that, and what a difference. Pressures almost matched now. Fuel flows pretty much matched as well. I've got the EGT gauges working as well, so I've got good EGT numbers coming from both engines, and 25 miles an hour of extra cruise speed. So I guess perseverance in this case was well worth it. I think this has been like this for a very long time. This is not a new problem for this airplane, and this airplane has sat a bit in the past. Even though this engine is fairly new on the aircraft, I think this component has been like that for a long time. So really happy I persevered with that. Ultrasonic cleaner, that's what I was looking for. It went in the ultrasonic cleaner for quite a while to try and clean that up, and then I realized it wasn't going to happen, so we just replaced it. Anyway, stay safe everyone. Hope that's been a little insightful for you all. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so, and like the video. It really helps kind of keep the motivation going for all this. And stay safe, get out there, get lots of flying done. Happy tailwinds everyone.